Good morning, YouTube, and good morning, TikTok. You're watching live with LWL Lindsay with Love on December 20th, 2024. It is Friday. I am an energy artist here to help you perspective shift your energy into a higher frequency so you can actually manifest your best reality. My sole mission is to raise the frequency of the planet, and I'm doing that by empowering you to live your best life. When you are happier, when you are more fulfilled, and when you are more abundant, the frequency of you increases, and then everybody that you come in contact with will feel your energy and desire to increase their frequency as well, and ultimately it's a domino effect. So welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Trish is in the house, Danielle is in the house, KJR in the house, Jan Lynn, welcome, Sugar Magnolia, welcome, Gyro, welcome, or Yairo, I'm not sure, Must Love Cats, welcome, Deborah, VIP Deborah, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the manifesting hands. For those of you that are interested in supporting a good cause, all of my gifts go to somebody's GoFundMe, somebody I personally know who needs help to really secure her two little girls' future and make sure that they are safe. So if you could please donate, if you have some extra coins in your TikTok wallet, that would be great. And if not, there is a GoFundMe linked into my profile page. All right, VIP Deborah's in the house. Rosie Posey, welcome to the chat. Mewing, welcome to the chat. All right, let's get caught up. Savvy Moon's in the house. Hey, Catherine. Good morning, my friend. Freed is in the house. Catherine, thanks for the likes. I appreciate you. Good morning. All right, you guys, we're having a good show today. We're having a good show today. Well, I hope it's going to be a good show today. We're talking about non-negotiables. Non-negotiables. But you know what I've realized is we have to create some non-negotiables in our life in order to actually change our life. We have to stay consistent at least one thing and to experience some change. So let's get going with the conversation. I'm opening my notes really quickly. Now, this idea came into my brain because I was reading an email by this guy, Tim Denning. You know, I stumbled upon him, and the first article I read from him was like quite profound, and I was like, whoa, who is this guy? So I subscribed to his newsletter, and now I get his emails. And I read an email the other day from him that said something along the lines of, when you're preparing to start something new and you desire it to be successful, hello, Midwest is best, happy Friday, VIP Double D's is in the house, hey, VIP Double D's, and you desire it to be successful, he says, unless you are prepared to work on it every single day. Now, this doesn't mean for hours every single day. This means it could be 10 minutes every single day. It just depends on what you're trying to do. If you're not prepared to at least work on it 10 minutes every single day, then there's no point in actually starting it. Now, once again, this is if you are desiring it to be very successful. So say you're somebody who's like, well, I'm starting my crochet hobby. It's a hobby. So because it's a hobby, you do it when you have time to do it. Versus I'm starting a crochet business, I would say then you better be crocheting at least 10 minutes every single day if you want your business to be successful. And by the way, it would take more than that with a crochet example because crocheting is a time-consuming task because you're using your two hands, right? VIP Double D's, thank you for the finger hearts. R's in the house. Julie, welcome to the chat. David's in the house. Hey, Sue. Hey, Reese. Hey, Wanda. Oh my gosh, so many new people. If you're new here and you plan on sticking around, you might as well follow me. We talk energy healing, perspective shifting, manifesting, and spirituality Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And because I go live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm already starting to question or considering going live Saturdays and Sundays as well. Because why not just do it every day? Do it every day, capture a new audience. Beachy Butterfly, welcome to the chat. Thanks for being here. Virginia's in the house. Hey, Virginia. Hey, Lindsay. Great name. Hey, Heart Rose Heart. Welcome to the chat. Hey, Shauna. Oh, wait, sorry. Shawan. Sorry. I read that wrong. Hey, Haley. Halo Healing 22. Welcome to the chat. Okay, so he says basically that if you really want to be successful in some area of your life, you need to do it every single day. So he's a writer. And he says the way he is successful at writing is because he writes, it doesn't matter if he's on vacation, he writes 10 minutes. It doesn't matter if he's at home, he's writing at least 10 minutes every single day. So we're gonna tap in to kind of the larger areas of life today together, and we're going to decide what maybe some of our non-negotiables will be. I'm going to give you ways that I've created non-negotiables and failed. I'm going to give you the reasons why I believe I failed and how I've adjusted them. But I'd like to start off with this. Hey, Rebecca, welcome to the chat. Hey, Telma, welcome to the chat. Thanks for the heart me, Rebecca. Thanks for the likes. But I'd like to really start with this idea around consistency because I've watched enough sports Hall of Fame speeches, athletic, major athletes' Hall of Fame speeches, Michael Jordan's. You listen to Kobe Bryant's speeches. You listen to, and I mean, for some reason, it's these basketball stars. Maybe when I was little and I watched a lot, I used to play basketball, so maybe I was into the basketball. I don't know. You listen to podcasts around being a multimillionaire, a billionaire, being very wealthy monetarily. And every single person will likely say the word consistency at some point in their conversation, at some point in their interview, at some point in their speech. Every single person. Once again, it really depends on what you're trying to do. I would say if you're trying to advance in your spiritual routine, in your spirituality, if you're trying to advance in your projection of your consciousness so you could work with time in the most effective way and create your best life ever, 10 minutes of meditation a day is enough. It truly is. But every single day. I would say if you're building out a business, 10 minutes is probably at the beginning stages not quite enough. Maybe you need 7 hours a day or 5 hours a day, whatever, right? Miss D, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the chat. Beachy Butterfly. Oh, these are good. I've listened to Michael Jordan's speeches. Yeah, his is actually quite brilliant. It's a beautiful speech. Down to him thanking his coach who didn't put him on the team and his kind of frenemies that he was always competing against. Because he's like, thanks, you made me work harder, right? Elaine's in the house. Bayside Babe is in the house. Hey, Edna. Hey, Deborah. Hey, I love Jesus. Hey, Believe. Hey, Rebecca. All right. So I'm looking at areas of my life, and I'd ask you to do the same because I think what's going to happen is you're going to be a little bit surprised that you likely already have some non-negotiables. Maybe you just haven't looked at them as such. So for me, my morning routine, I guess at this point I would consider non-negotiables. I do it every morning. Some mornings I don't really want to, but I do it anyway. So what is that other than kind of a non-negotiable? I've just never viewed it that way. Now, if you're putting a label such as non-negotiable on it and it starts to freak you out, but it's part of your morning routine that you like and now you've added some pressure, you don't have to do that. So for example, my non-negotiables in the morning are I always drink my spirulina. This has spirulina, it has colloidal silver, it has collagen. Sometimes it has this thing called C60, which is some sort of other supplement. We're out of it right now, but that's what's in here. And a little bit, spirulina, did I say that? And some Ultima because the spirulina tastes like the bottom of the ocean and it really grosses me out. I'm not a seaweed kind of girl. But I drink this every morning. So is that considered a non-negotiable? I mean, kind of. I drink it every day. It's not blue spirulina. It's just green. It's green. But I don't, on the package it's like spirulina organic something. People are always like, how does your skin look like that? And I'm like, I don't know. I would say probably because I drink collagen and spirulina every day. I don't know. Today I'm looking a little like, oh, but whatever. Veronica, welcome to the chat. Ashley's in the house. Hey, Ashley. Therefore, I am. Welcome to the chat. Hend, welcome. Existing 4445. Did you just say 7 to 20 hours? No, that's exactly not what I said at all. Never would I say 7 to 20 hours of meditation for business building. I said if you were trying to evolve in your spirituality, 10 minutes of meditation a day would be appropriate. Separately, new conversation, if you were trying to build a business, and we were looking at consistency in building your business, 10 minutes a day is not going to cut it in building a business. Likely. You may need to work 5 hours a day to build your business every single day. You might need to work 7 hours. I'm talking at the very beginning stages building, right? So no, I did not say that. Thank you for asking so I could clarify. All right. So we look at kind of the bigger areas of our life. We look at, and then I take my morning steps. Typically, while I'm taking my morning steps, I'm either reading something, which gets a little bit kind of cuckoo in my brain, and sometimes I have to stop reading, or I'm listening to something new mostly on YouTube. I listen to something new. I pick something that looks interesting around self-development, around spirituality, that's basically it. Those realms, self-development, spirituality. So I'm learning something new every day. So I'm getting my steps, I'm drinking my drink, getting my water intake, whatever. Now, a while ago, because everyone has this idea that you must walk 10,000 steps a day to be in optimal health and da-da-da-da-da, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do 10,000 steps every single day. I think I made it like realistically 18 days before I was like, but between my work schedule, mostly my work schedule, I was like, getting 18,000 or 10,000 steps at one time is so challenging for me. So what I've decided to do, because technically I would say I failed, what I decided to do is recognize that 10,000 steps in the morning before I start this show is unrealistic for my schedule. It's unrealistic for my schedule. That's okay. If I can get 4,000 to 6,000 steps in before my show each morning, then I can for sure get another 4,000 to 6,000 throughout the day as I'm walking here and there, as I take my dog for a walk. Maybe I walk up the street and get a coffee one day. So I'll still get them in, but to like look at my pedometer and say, oh my gosh, like exactly 10,000 every time, it was kind of giving me a little bit of pressure and stress. So I released it. Okay. Now, this is to say I just deleted the fact that I wanted to get steps in every day. It's still part of my morning routine and it's still part of my non-negotiables. Also, I see so many videos before and after of people saying, I started walking 2 miles a day, December 2023. This is what I look like now. I'm healthier, I'm more fit, my body is leaner, I have more energy, I feel calmer in my mind. And so I see these transformation videos and I think, this person is basically relaying the message. If you are to stay consistent in this, you will achieve this. Just like Michael Jordan says, or Kobe Bryant says, if you practice every day, you could be this. Billionaires and millionaires, the one thing that they all have in common, they stay consistent toward their goal. Halo Healing 222. I first started doing my morning show, I would say back in May or June. If somebody is an OG that's here, that was like one of my first viewers, was it May or June? I want to say it was probably May. And in fact, I was scared to do it. And it's turned into one of the most exciting parts of every single one of my mornings, Monday through Friday. And I've met some of the most amazing people because I do it. And not only that, but I've really blown up my following and my business because of it. So it has already paid off. It has already totally paid off. And it's just going to get better and better. I think May. VIP Deborah says she thinks May. I think it was May too. I think it was like mid-May that I was just like finally like, just click live and see what happens. And I was like, hey guys. Beachy Butterfly, that's good. You're very self-disciplined. I would question if it's self-discipline versus knowing the desire you have in your heart and recognizing it takes consistency to have that. And that's the rewiring I think a lot of people require, because some people say, well, just manifest it. Just meditate all day, every day, and you're going to manifest it. You still need to take some aligned action. It's part of the laws of the universe, the law of action. The law of frequency or vibration, we know that one. The law of attraction, we know that one, but everybody forgets the law of action, which is take the action. Now, people say, well, I meditated, so that was taking the action. So yeah, that action is perfect for the spiritual goal. But to say I meditated and I think my business is going to be at $1 million next year, but I'm not going to send out a single email, go live, make any content, promote what I'm selling, questionable. Questionable, right? Actually, pretty much not going to happen. All right. Thank you for the follow. Halo Healing. Catherine says, I found you in the beginning of June and you started a few weeks in May. Yay. Thank you, Catherine. I appreciate that. Thank you for your good memory. Yeah, I always want to say May, like mid-May. Halo Healing says, you're so confident. Congrats. Love that. I'm so nervous to start videos. Yep. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. But you probably have something, especially because your name is Halo Healing 222. You probably have something deep in your soul that you wish to share with the world. And so allow that to turn into an excitement versus a fear. And just do one and see how it goes. Just start with one. And then the next day start with another and then another. So then I would look at my business and I would say, what are my non-negotiables here? Well, I've been going live Monday through Friday, although sometimes I will skip a live. I don't necessarily, it depends. If my energy, if it was like, say for example, when I was on holiday at Thanksgiving and I was like, I don't have a voice, like I feel like I'm swallowing shards of glass, I think that's reasonable to not go live. I'm an energy artist, energy healer first and foremost. My number one is honor your energy. So I feel like I would be standing out of integrity by going on live and being like very ill and being like, I'm here live for my audience, right? You know, I think the industry I'm in understands. But if I were to just not go live because, I don't know, I was just like, nah, you just don't feel it today, then I would say, is this really a desire in your heart? So Tim Denning says in his email, if you are not prepared to work on it at least 10 minutes every single day, don't even bother putting it in your brain. Just let it go. And be okay with that. You don't have to guilt yourself. It's just you being very aware. It's you being like, I know what I have on my plate right now. I know what's going on in my life right now. And if I truly cannot dedicate any time to this consistently, maybe it's just a to-do later, or I get to do it later. And so you put it in your, journal of, these are things I'd like to do when I have more space, or when I create more space, or after XYZ is completed, right? Candice J, welcome to the chat. Sherry, welcome to the chat. XH Shosa Soul, I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to say your name. Welcome to the chat. All right. So maybe we do this right now together. How about that? How about we just do it right now together? Shay, did I say hi to you? I think I saw you in the chat. Welcome, Shay, if I didn't say hi to you. I used to think like, okay, I don't really think it's going to take I used to think like follow your intuition, listen to your energy. Those are two of my big beliefs still. Those are two of my still my big beliefs. But then let's add on another layer of, if I am consistent, I know I will win at whatever, blank. So if I am consistent at promoting my business every single day, I know I will reach my goal of this. If I'm consistent in meditating at least 10 minutes every single day, I know that I will raise my consciousness and continue to become more aware. Eventually, I will connect with my higher self. Eventually, my intuition will guide me, whatever. And you go on and on and on, right? Ellie's in the house. Hey, Ellie. Hey, Tony. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for the likes. If I am consistent in getting my steps in every single morning, I know that I will reach my fitness goal. If I'm consistent at what's the next, what are some of your goals? Do you guys want to drop them in the chat? You don't have to, but these are some of mine, and I've already realized I'm doing them. So then now I'm asking myself, can I turn it up a notch? Or do I add another platform perhaps, a different goal? I don't want to overwhelm myself. So what happens is people say, oh, here's the list of my 20 non-negotiables. And I'm like, 20? Geez, okay. Some of them you're already doing. So we don't really have to count those because you're already doing them. You're already programmed for it. But maybe some you're not already doing, and so you want to start. One of my non-negotiables I'm already doing is, before I go to bed every night, I give gratitude from the end of my day to the front of my day, the beginning of my day. And then I visualize what's coming to me. It's a silly thing I do. It takes 2 seconds every night. In fact, I typically fall asleep during that routine because it's just so soothing and so beautiful. But it's part of my non-negotiables. Goals, health, wealth, love. I like this. I'm chronically ill and I feel like this can help me get better. Beachy butterfly. Yes. Number one, yes. And number two, if I may offer you the suggestion to release the word chronic from your vocabulary. Release it. Because by saying that you're chronically ill, I think you've told me this before, by saying it, it's like energetically perpetuating it. Which I know is very hard to do. I know it is. Tony, health, wealth, love. Okay, well then, Tony, what are you going to do? Health. Get your steps in. Wealth. Stay consistent toward what? Maybe you're building a side business. Maybe you are going to get a new job, so you're consistent at applying to new jobs and going on interviews. Like, what does that look like for you? Right? So I'm consistent on posting on my TikTok every day. And for me, the consistency rule is 1 post a day at least. At least. Absolutely at least. The other part of it is sometimes more. sometimes more. So I think maybe maybe I will start building out my YouTube platform more, or or go live Saturdays and Sundays on TikTok. I haven't decided. I don't know. I'm thinking about it though. I'm really mindful, by the way, you guys. The reason I'm not making some knee-jerk reaction or decision chatting with you right now is because I'm looking at my current lifestyle. I'm looking at what might have to shift a little bit, or what might need to be, I might have to have a better boundary around, where I can create space where I'm at right now to add those things in. But I am it's not that I'm comfortable in my routine now. I would say I am pushing myself out of my comfort zone, but I can see and I can feel my energy kind of creeping up to that comfort zone space. I can see that and I can feel that. Beachy Butterfly, I feel, yes, I know, I don't like to label because I feel like you make it. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Food Bait, life is good. How are you? Thanks for being here again. Michelle's in the house. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Lisa maybe? Welcome to the chat. So what are your non-negotiables? And if you, maybe you're like Tony, you have those big buckets, health, wealth, love. That's kind of those are the main buckets, right? I would throw in spirituality, but spirituality could fall under love, self-love, love for others. What are your non-negotiables? Have you ever thought about this? I like to fuel my body with mostly non-processed foods. That's kind of a part of my non-negotiables. I like to eat a lot of salads and greens and vegetables. I like to drink a lot of water in the day. Typically, I try to drink 1 gallon a day. But I say, okay, well, if I get close to a gallon, I'm not going to beat myself up for not drinking exactly 1 gallon, right? So for me, my non-negotiables really land into a few categories. One is my health, for sure, my steps and fueling my body properly. 2, honoring my energy is extremely important for me as an energy healer, as somebody who does this for my livelihood. So I will always honor my energy. I will always honor my energy. But I will also stay consistent. So what does that mean? What does that actually mean? If I'm always going to honor my energy, but I'm also telling you I'm always going to stay consistent, what does that look like? I'll give you a beautiful example. It happened this morning. This morning, I almost skipped walking my morning steps. I was this close. And then I said, you know what, Lindsay, you're about to go talk to people on TikTok Live and explain the power of consistency and non-negotiables. And I said, and girl, you're about to skip your morning steps. What? So instead of skipping my morning steps, because I'm feeling a little bit, my body is sore. I've been doing morning steps with a weighted vest and some bangles, like the weighted bangles. And I've been doing now some weighted squats during my morning routine, so my body's a little bit sore. And so I said, well, then today I'll just give myself kind of a lighter day, and I will allow myself to do my steps without my weighted vest and my bangles. So that's what I did. That's what I chose to do instead. So I honored my energy. My body is sore, and I do feel, I don't want to say I feel tired, but physically a little bit maybe slower, a little bit like heavier physically. And so because of that subtle energetic shift, I honor that energy, but I still get something done anyway. And I think I ended up getting 3,000 steps before I came live with you guys. So not 4,000. But I know that I'll get to 4,000. Mel, welcome to the chat. Non-negotiables, don't think I've ever sat down and tried to define them. Yeah, exactly. But let's not freak ourselves out. Let's not put a lot of pressure, right? But let's start to think, what could I do every single day? And I will do it every single day because I know that if I'm consistent, I will win at this. This is what I tell myself. If I'm consistent at thinking positively, I will always have the best life. I tell myself at least 5 times a day, I have the best life. I always get what I want. I'm so happy and wealthy and healthy and free. My life is so beautiful. I tell myself this all the time, all day, every day. Why? Because I know the power of positive thinking and I stay consistent at it, right? My consistency is paying off because I do have a very beautiful life. And I am very grateful for that. So then there's gratitude, right? Gratitude is at the end of the day. I'm consistent there. So from a spiritual perspective, it's pretty good. really for me, the inconsistencies that were struggles for me were inside of my business at first, because I was a little bit nervous at the beginning of my business to fully be seen for what I am. And that was a little bit hard for me to overcome. There were some limiting beliefs that were keeping me stuck, right? But then finally I just got over it. I was like, well, if you really want to have a successful business, Lindsay, you're going to have to put yourself out there. You're going to have to be consistent. If you really want to fulfill your soul mission of raising the frequency of the planet, you kind of have to teach people about how to become more empowered. You have to teach people how to release their limiting beliefs, release their self-doubt, all these things. So I said, okay, if I really want that, back into it. What do you really want? Do you really want? You've got to back into it. Figure out what it is. VIP Deborah says, my non-negotiable is putting together my new business and always trying to make it better. I love that for you. I thought I was crazy because I do that too, but I'm just reinforcing it. No, it's not crazy. It's powerful. I tell myself at least 3 times a day I'm brilliant. When I do something that I think is like so smart, or when I figure out something technology related inside my business on the back end, maybe I find a workaround for something that's not working, or I discover something new about some sort of email glitch or whatever it is, I will say, I'm so brilliant. I say that to myself. I don't say, Lindsay, you're so brilliant. I say, oh my gosh, I'm so brilliant. I say it right out loud. Well, my dog is here to hear me. But even when I used to work in the corporate world, sometimes I would just like look up and I'd be like, I'm brilliant. And then somebody would look at me like, what? And I'd be like, I just figured this out. And they're like, oh, that is really smart. Fuel yourself with positivity every single day. And guess what? The end result is you are living in a higher vibration. And that means you have stronger manifesting power. And that means you are creating your reality much faster and easier than somebody who's not doing it. And when you're creating the reality exactly as you desire it to be, are you not creating your own heaven on earth? Ooh, baby, do you know what God's work? Are you not creating your best life ever? So then, in a beautiful synchronistic harmony, because my life just flows, I turned on a Bashar conversation this morning, and the title is Manifesting Your Youth. And I was like, oh, this is kind of an interesting title. But the beginning of it has nothing to do with manifesting your youth, and we're not going to talk about that part of the conversation today, so sorry, that wasn't meant to be kind of clickbaity. However, we are going to talk about it on Monday because I have a whole other conversation about time that I'd like to sit with over the weekend and then share with you on Monday. But I'm listening to this conversation about Bashar, and he's talking to a woman about standing in alignment. And she's like, well, you know, sometimes I am really in alignment and I'm really walking my talk. And other times, you know, I'm kind of like flirting on the edge. Like I start and I stop. And he's like, yeah, it's like a little bit of lip service, right? And she's like, yeah, kind of. And he's like, but you like it there, huh? It's a little risky. And she's like, I kind of do. And he's like, okay. He says, Bashar says, if you are walking your talk, it doesn't matter what happens to you anymore. Doesn't matter what happens to you anymore. Good morning, DTM Lindsay. You are sunshine to the world. Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you. Thanks for being here. VIP Deborah says, I'm trying to do that with opening a webpage or TikTok showcase or something of my laser cuts and cards. You've got this, my friend. Thank you for the likes, Catherine. Vivi. I never know how to say it right. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. Thanks for lighting up my gift gallery. He says, it doesn't matter what happens to you anymore if you're actually walking your talk. Walking your talk. What does that mean? It means when you say you're doing something, you're actually doing it. Now, by the way, this is my personal viewpoint on what you can truly control in your life. And I would say your energy, which coincides nicely with your integrity. In other words, when you say you're going to do something, do it. You have control over that. And if you're not going to do it, then just keep it in your mind. You don't have to tell people about it. You don't have to tell yourself about it. It can just be a thought that came in and flutters away. I promise you that your whole life will change if you actually start doing the things you say you're going to do. From a positive perspective, obviously, right? So he says, once you do that, once you're walking your talk, it doesn't matter what happens to you anymore. It only matters what you do with what happens to you. So once again, we all know it's only matters, like what is really what matters is how you react to a situation, right? It's how you react. It's how you choose to react is what really is going to make the next effect, right? You experience something, how you react is the next cause, and then it goes on to the next effect. He goes on to say, and you won't be gauging your serenity on your physical environment. So you might have what somebody would say like a really bad thing happen to you or something really negative happen to you. And from somebody else's perspective, they might say, oh my gosh, aren't you freaking out? Oh, this is the worst thing that could happen, like da 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 da. But you, because you're in your integrity, you're walking your talk, you know how your energy works, you say, just is what it is. Nothing moves you. Nothing moves you. And so you choose a vibration, he says, you will choose a vibration or a state instead, and then you process what happens. So for me, I say, okay, I'm always living in a high vibrational state. I live in an energy or a state where if something happens to me that somebody might perceive as an obstacle or a challenge, I perceive it as an opportunity to evolve my soul. You would say, well, aren't you ticked off that you missed out on 300 plus leads into your email funnel because your form wasn't working correctly? And I would say, yeah, initially it kind of felt not the best. But then I decided that was an opportunity for me to understand my back end more, to recognize I do need to check every once in a while that things are working properly. And by the way, not only did it happen once, I fixed it, and then it happened again, twice. So now the second opportunity for me is recognize that this system that I'm using, this software that I'm using, is not working. It's really not working. And I've read all their forums. I've done everything they say to do. And they're like, well, you know, just change your ad blockers, change your IP, this, that. And it's like, what am I supposed to do? Email every single person that might have tried to submit a form? First of all, I don't even know who they are. Secondly, am I supposed to say, will you please remove your ad blockers so my form can be submitted? That's just like wild. That's like them not taking accountability. So in true Lindsay fashion, I decided to figure out something else. And interestingly enough, I was already using another kind of plugin on my website that connects to my email software. I used that plugin, I created a form, I integrated the form with my email software, and guess what? I fixed it. So rather than use the email software form that they're like, it's not us, it's you, I was like, I don't think so. So I just changed it and I fixed it a second time, and now it works again. So I chose a vibrational state of everything always works out for me. This is an opportunity for me to evolve and grow. This is an opportunity for me to be creative, by the way, because I was like, how am I going to do this? And then I just kind of started playing around on my back end, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can totally just use this. I already had everything ready to go. Isn't that beautiful? And he says, and then you process what happens. And you know, when you're living in that state, you know that you can give positive meaning to everything for yourself and extract the benefit from it. You know that you can give positive meaning to everything for yourself. In other words, you see a situation through your lens, through your reality. Low vibrational person next to you sees the same situation through their perspective. Lower vibrational, maybe more negative, and they're like, oh my gosh, and they're chaos, and now they're swirling like a tornado, and they're acting all wild and crazy, and you're over here chill, and you're like, okay, this is an opportunity for my soul to advance. This is an opportunity to become better. And I'm looking at the positive, and I can get meaning for myself. This person, they're not finding meaning in this. They're probably already on the phone telling their grandma, their mom, their whoever, their boss. They're already gossiping about it, talking about it, spinning around, flailing their arms. You are not. You're smarter than that. You're calmer than that. You're wiser than that. You recognize how energy works. So you say, okay, what am I going to do to extract benefit from this situation? And he goes on to say, by the way, he says that it's not that you don't recognize what is positive or negative. we all know like there are very negative things that happen. This is not to say that we're denying that. It really does go nicely with the Neville Goddard conversation from yesterday. But he says that it's not that you don't recognize what's positive or negative. It's that you learn how to use what's negative in a positive way. VIP Yafa Empress, thanks for sharing the live. Thanks for being here. And thank you for the Heart Me Halo Healing 222. All tech fails around me is you perpetuating a reality where all technology fails around you. So delete that from your brain. It is a limiting belief. And, ooh, sorry guys. And it is perpetuating that reality for you. Ayana, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the fest first. Midwest is best. I just ordered Neville Goddard's book. Amazing. VIP Deborah is mind blown in the chat. So we started the conversation with what are your non-negotiables? I would ask you to tap in right now. Actually, we can do this nice. Tech did not actually fail me. I had a phone call coming in and I clicked off. So no, it didn't fail me. Nothing fails me, by the way. Nothing fails me. But thank you for that potential energetic combo. Okay, so you guys take a second. Thank you for the heart hands DTM. Take a second, you guys. And maybe close your eyes if you can. Maybe put your hands on your heart if you can. Put your feet flat on the ground if you can. You guys, I'm ordering for certain a new chair because I'm so tired of this creaky chair. And it's been a long time coming, and this weekend is the weekend for it. Okay, I have to pick one out. So put your feet flat on the floor if you can, hands on your heart if you can, eyes closed if you can. And tap into your energetic body. When I say these words, allow them to resonate into your energetic body, into your aura and into your physical body. And see if it feels true, if it feels, not if you think, if it feels true for you, or if there's a little bit of resistance in your body around what I'm about to say. Maybe take a deep breath in through the nose, let it out of the mouth, tapping into your energetic body. I know that if I am consistent at blank, I will absolutely receive blank. Tanya Nicole, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the follow. Mel says, all works in divine order. Yep. How did that feel for you guys? Did it feel like, that's not true? Or did it feel like, yeah, I believe that? What did it feel like in your body? Did you get a moment where you're like, stickiness, tension? Or were you like excited, like, oh yeah, that's actually true, and now I cannot wait to be consistent toward my goals? My throat chakra said, I don't believe you. Well then, prove me wrong. Go be consistent. Do you like how I turned that one, Tony? As in myself, not you. Oh, I see. Yeah, but then also still go prove me wrong. Go prove yourself wrong then. Go be consistent. See what happens. It took a long time because when you start off on the spiritual journey and you learn about manifestation and all this stuff, you're like, okay, I can kind of kick back now. Like there's this relief of pressure around like hustling, right? I don't have to hustle anymore. I'm not asking you to hustle, by the way. I'm asking you to choose something that you really desire and at least spend 10 minutes on it every single day or more, depending on what it is. Heart excited, yes, that's true. All right, VIP for Empress. Catherine says 100, my soul felt my manifestation would come so long as I stay consistent and being better. Exactly. VIP Deborah says Reiki, something, wow, and it felt so good, excited. Yay! My solar plexus and throat chakra felt tight. Okay, so for you, Mel L, it's an energy around maybe questionable if that is true for you. Questionable. And I think for a lot of, truly this is how I feel because I experienced it for myself, which was, well, I can just manifest it into life. I can just meditate every day and manifest it right to life. I think that's partly true and it's partly false. Because I don't know why this number keeps calling me. I get so many spam calls nowadays, you guys. Do you? It's so annoying. When I first started my spiritual journey, I thought, okay, I can manifest. I just need to meditate and think positive thoughts and say positive things. Now, the meditation is an action, right? I lie down every day to meditate. I could say that meditating propelled me into a deeper sense of spirituality, which opened up my clairaudience, which then propelled me to act, which then opened up my throat chakra, which then propelled me to share more with you. And we could see that as like a beautiful kind of domino effect. But at the end of the day, it still was all me taking some action, right? Me taking some action. And especially for those of you that want more money, go listen to like, just pick any multimillionaire and see if you can get them like in a podcast, like a YouTube podcast or something, and see what they say. Because if you have people that have already done it before you saying what it's going to require, which is consistency, and you don't believe them, I would say that's strange. They're all saying the same thing, so why wouldn't you believe them? They don't have anything to hide. Like, there's no reason to not say something, right? In fact, most of the wealthiest people will tell you exactly how they did it, and they're not even fazed because they know most people will not be consistent. They know that most people won't be consistent. So they're not even afraid to tell you all their secrets because they're like, yeah, I'll tell you. But the chances of the person actually staying consistent that got the information is not the greatest. Unfortunately. Thoughts? How are you guys feeling? Too much on a Friday? What's happening? For those of you that are inside of the Reiki Master and Energy Healing Certification course, I recorded your attunement last night. I'm very excited for that. I'm this close to pushing submit on the next lesson. And almost everything is complete inside of the course. There's just some kind of final touches and tune-ups that I want to add in. And the course will for sure be completed by the 31st. For those of you that are interested in joining that course, it's $111 off right now. It's going to be $333 for the entire course to become a certified Reiki master, and you will receive your attunement via distant healing through me inside of the course. Thank you, Halo Healing 222. For those of you that are inside of the Manifesting Club, the bonus session is happening on the 30th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you'd like to manifest with me, then make sure to join the club by the 28th. I think I'm closing doors 28th. For those of you that want an astrology report from me, go order one. I created a bundle with the Wake Up and Win report along with the Fast Money, so you'll learn how inconsistency shows up in your chart, how to kind of combat it, and then you'll also learn how money flows to you. So that's a beautiful combination, and you save like around $25 by buying it as a bundle. And what else do I have going on in my world? That's kind of it. If you guys really want to find your discipline, it's all about really honoring your energy. Learning your energy, it's very unique to you. Not everybody has the same energy. In fact, nobody has the same energy. And so you learn yours, you cleanse it, you activate it, and now you're living a good life. And you don't just go through the course, by the way, it's the Unleash Your Manifesting Power course. You don't just go through the course once. You learn inside of the course and then you implement. You learn and then you implement, and that's how you really create your best life. I'm consistent in my energy work every single day. Every single day, I'm cleansing my chakras, I'm tapping in, I'm tuning in, I'm being aware, and when I'm aware and I start to say, I'm getting a little bit frustrated. Yesterday I was filming videos for the horoscopes for January. I started to get a little tongue-tied. And then I tried to film again and I was like tripping over my words. And I'd been filming for probably about an hour and a half straight. And I realized it's been an hour and a half. Of course you're fumbling over your words. So I said, Lindsay, it's time to take a break. So I went and I got some water, I took some steps, and then I came back to filming. I saw an interesting tidbit the other day that said that people don't realize that we dream every 90 to 120 minutes in our sleep. Whether we remember the dreams or not, we dream every 90 to 120 minutes. So when an hour and a half to 2 hours goes by, we dream. And then an hour and a half to 2 hours goes by and we dream. And the person said, and I wish I could remember where I read this. It was just like a quick moment of reading, like just a quick blurb that stuck into my brain. And it said, that's why most people need a quick break in their working day-to-day life every 90 minutes to 2 hours. So it was interesting because I read that yesterday, and then I realized I had been filming for an hour and a half or so, and I was like, oh, this makes perfect sense. So I got up and I took a break, and then I came back and I started doing it again. I honored my energy. Oh, question, how long have you been practicing astrology until you felt confident? You know, that's an interesting question because I feel confident in many ways, but in many ways I just still don't have the answer to the question. I've been studying astrology since 2021, but I only studied for 6 months. I overwhelmed myself and I lacked the confidence and I stopped, so I wasn't consistent. And then I picked astrology back up, I would say at the end of 2023, and I started offering reports in, 1 second, I was actually just looking at my financials and I can tell you exactly when I started offering reports because that's when my money really started flowing in. May. Exactly the same time that I went live on TikTok is the same time that I really started offering astrology reports, and it was May of this year that I started writing them. Now, I don't do readings. I don't think I'll ever do readings. Maybe, I shouldn't say ever, but in my mind right now, it's not part of my plan. I prefer to write. My Mercury's retrograde. And I like the idea of giving somebody a report that they can review multiple times if they need to. So I write the reports in between me doing my other work. But I would still say I have so much to learn. So it's going to be a topic, if you decide to start studying astrology, it's going to be a topic that you will be forever learning because there's always something new, right? There's always a new correlation, a new thing you can make. But if you don't have the confidence right now, Halo Healing, to maybe do live readings, then just offer reports. Take a page out of my book. VIP Deborah says, it feels like I'm consistently dreaming. Yeah, me too. Me too, but what I read was that we dream every 90 to 20 minutes. DTM says, maybe do a quick chakra cleanse for our throats. Lindsay, mine is sore, like yours the other day. I say that too, 5 years, and I'm still learning. Yeah, you'll learn forever. It's like saying, like, when will I stop learning on my spiritual journey? Or when will I stop learning on my energy healer journey? Never. I don't expect to ever stop learning. There's always going to be something that comes to me through my guides, something I read in a book that's new, some new technique that I discover maybe through reading and then trying, and then my guides give me more direction. I mean, I've learned many techniques just by working with clients. And inside of a session, while we're deep in meditation together, my guides will guide me to a new healing technique. So I don't think I'll ever stop learning. DTM, yeah, we can do a quick chakra cleanse for the throat. You could do it for yourself right now. Do it for yourself right now. Close your eyes and breathe into your throat chakra, opening it like a flower. On the exhale, close it. Open it, close it. You don't need me to do it for you. You're healing yourself anyway. So on the inhale, open the throat chakra, and on the exhale, gently close it. You are welcome. Let's manifest together, you guys. We have our journals going, and hey, I'm at 21.5 thousand followers, so that's awesome. 3,000 followers since we started this fun experiment together. We are experimenting our lives together, and I love that. If you are new here, we've been doing this since November 7th. At that time, I was at 18.5 thousand followers. Now we're here on the 20th of December. I'm at 21.5. So I say it's moving us in the right direction. By the way, I'm going to 75. Oh, I started that yesterday. Okay, so if you don't know me, hi, I'm Lindsay with Love. I'm an energy artist, and my soul mission is to raise the frequency of the planet. And I experienced that soul mission during my spiritual awakening, and then from then on, I've been trying my best to honor that mission. Now, you might say, my ego desires to have millions of followers. And I would say, well, actually, my heart desires to have millions of followers, because if I have millions of followers, that means that I've helped or touched millions of people in some way. And in fact, it means more than that, because everybody touches somebody else when we're in energetic connection. And so I'm here doing my best to spread positivity and empowerment and remind you that you are the creator of your reality. Remind you how to move yourself into a positive vibration and truly start manifesting the life that you desire, okay? Woohoo! Oh, nice to meet you, Savannah. DTM, thank you for the finger hearts. Thank you for the follow, Savannah. Veronica, thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. You guys are so sweet to me. Okay, so we've been manifesting together. This is a manifestation formula by Dr. James Doty. He's a neurosurgeon, and he was conversating with Mel Robbins about a month ago, or whenever, but they released the interview about a month ago, I'd say by now. And they're talking about how he has proven from a physical perspective that we actually do manifest. Our body changes while we're manifesting. Looks like you joined just in time. It sure does. Okay, so he says step one, I'll give you his steps, and then in true Lindsay fashion, I will always add my take to it, my flair. So his steps are, number one, you write down what you want. Number two, by the way, when you're desiring something that includes others, so it's going to benefit more than just you, you have a better chance of receiving it faster, number one, and it's sticking, okay? Number one, so you can think like very easily around like super wealthy, powerful people that have like experienced demise, but then you find out on the back end that they're like doing really bad things. It's like, it makes sense that they experienced demise, right? So like that kind of a vibe. Okay, so one, write it down. Two, read it to yourself silently. Three, read it out loud. Four, visualize. Number one for me is to write it down, but I'm also adding in my senses. It's called NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, where you're tapping into your physical senses. Now, we learned yesterday with Neville Goddard that if we're stuck in our physical senses only and we're not using our imagination, we're going to be stuck in the reality and we're going to keep perpetuating the same life that we're currently living. Now for this, I'm saying let's tap into the senses that we're experiencing in the future using our imagination so we can really build up some emotion around what it is we're manifesting, and we can feel very excited and happy about it as we're creating our future now using our imagination, okay? Step one, get your pens ready. Good morning, Christy May. Jumped in right at the right time. Yes, you did. For those of you that are just new here, this is what we do every single Monday through Friday. I'm thinking about extending my show to Saturdays and Sundays, but I'm not making that decision quite yet, but I'm thinking about it. So make sure to hit the follow button up here so you don't miss out, okay? After this, we're gonna get on the energetic wave, so I wouldn't leave right after this because you'd miss the best part of the show. I vividly see, I'm sharing with you guys my manifestation. I vividly see 75,000 followers or more. Now, just 2 days ago, it was 50,000, but hey, we're moving on up. On my TikTok page. Now you might say, why don't you just put 20 million? Because that's really what you want. And I would say, because to go from 20,000 to 20 million could actually put a little bit of resistance inside of my body, which maybe I wouldn't be aware of, because it's quite a big leap from a timing and energetic perspective. So I'm leaping to from 20 to 75. I think that's very doable. That's reasonable manifesting. But if you're somebody that's like, yeah, I could go from 20 to 20 million, then write what you want to write, right? This is your life. This is my life. I vividly see 75,000 followers or more on my TikTok page, and I feel, so I've already seen and now I'm feeling. I feel so proud and excited, because I do. I'm already proud and excited of what I've accomplished now, to tell my partner, and I hear him say, now I hear, so I have 3 of the 5 senses covered. I hear him say how proud he is of me. I really do not like this pen for this journal. How proud he is of me, to keep going, babe. It's driving me crazy. And he always doubles it for me, and so he'll say, and how I'll be at, now I'll be at 150,000 in no time. Now the trick is, you don't want to shoot too high because you don't want to stress yourself out, but you don't want to aim too low and limit yourself. So the 75,000 followers or more, lets God, Source, Universe, Creator know, like, hey, look, I'm aiming for this, but I'm open to more. And 75 isn't freaking me out, okay? So see how there's that nice balance there. So now you want to read it silently to yourself. I'm adding a second line that I'm keeping in my heart, but I will share with you guys once it happens. And I'll show you my journal and show you that I've been writing it, obviously, so I can prove to you. So read it silently. If you need help with this, by the way, if you're new here and you haven't done this with me yet, if you need help with your manifestation and adding the senses, then drop your desire in the chat and I'll help you. Now, oops, now we have to read it out loud. So I'm going to read mine out loud. You read yours out loud. I vividly see 75,000 followers or more on my TikTok page, and I feel so proud and excited to share this with my partner. And I can hear him say how proud he is of me to keep going, babe, and how I'll be at 150,000 followers or more in no time. All right, step 4, we visualize. Dr. James Doty says we can put our hands in prayer at our heart chakra. I like to activate my chakras in my healing hands. We all have them, by the way, so activate yours. I like to put these chakras directly on my heart chakra. And then I like to activate my heart chakra before I get going on my visualization. When I activate my heart chakra, I'm strengthening my manifesting power. But let's not get it twisted. Your chakra system is a system, and all chakras should be in alignment and balanced for you to truly have your strongest manifesting power. And if you desire that going into 2025 so you can actually create your best reality, then you might want to go into my profile and click like the 3rd link. I think it says un-F your energy, so you can actually manifest it all. You might want to sign up for that course. All right, so I'm breathing in with my eyes closed. We close our eyes, we cut out 80 to 90% of our sensory. So we close the eyes if you're in a safe space to do so. And you breathe into the heart chakra. You're really putting your attention on your heart, and you're almost taking your breath in. I know it's going in through your nose, but we're visualizing the breath entering through the heart. And when you breathe in, you're opening the heart chakra, kind of blooming it like a flower. And you exhale your breath through the heart, closing your heart chakra flower. And you breathe into the heart chakra, opening it like a flower, gently closing it on the exhale. This is chakra breathing, it's chakra activation. You might feel some energy moving in the heart chakra space. And now you're visualizing. Now he says visualize. I'm telling you, I'm sorry, I am actually telling you, and this is not just like, it is kind of me bossing you. Now, I'm not the boss of your life, but what we just learned with Neville Goddard yesterday is that we must be the actors in the play. We're not watching a movie. We are the star. We're the star of the show, okay? And so don't watch your movie, be acting in it. So for me, this looks like, and this is what I'm acting, I have my little doggy in my hands, and if you open your eyes now, you'll see I'm holding my little doggy in my hand. This is how I hold her. And we're walking to the front door, and I open the door, and I give my partner a kiss, and my little doggy is wiggling, 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 and she wants to give him a kiss. And we walk to the sofa together, we sit down, I ask him how his day is, so I'm kind of turning my body now, this is how I would be facing him. And I'm so excited, I have a big smile on my face. And he's like, how was your day, babe? And I hand him my phone, and he's looking, and I'm just sitting there in like serious anticipation for him to realize what he sees. And he sees my 75,000 followers or more, and he's like, oh my gosh, babe, that is so amazing. You did it. He's like, go on. He's like, keep going, babe. You're going to be at 150 in no time. It's exponential. And I've just acted out the scene. Okay, I've acted out the scene. Fabian, welcome to the chat. Thanks for the follow. Let's see. Let me get caught up in the comments. Catherine says, I wouldn't want you to overextend yourself, but would love the added motivation on the weekends. That's very sweet of you, Catherine, to say. VIP Deborah says, I feel like the weekend should be only your life. Okay, I feel the same, but I know how much I get from her daily talks. Yeah, you know what? Let's see what happens. I wonder if I'll capture a different audience on the weekends. I think I could give it a try and then make a decision. Maybe I do a little experiment. I don't know if this weekend is the best weekend. We have the holidays, people are traveling. But you know what? I think people are on TikTok no matter what time of day it is and no matter what day it is. There are always millions of people on TikTok at any given moment. So let's see. By the way, I really love this. It does really truly bring me joy. So maybe instead of it being Saturday and Sunday, maybe it's just Saturday. But I'm also going to talk to my partner about it and take his feedback and ask him what he thinks. Because he's part of my weekend life and he works Monday through Friday in an office, and the weekends really are like our time together. So I'll say, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think? All right, you guys, how are you feeling about your manifestations? Good? Everyone's good? Okay. You guys are quiet in the chit chat today. You're quiet in the chat. They're quiet in the chat. Well, let us know in advance, so I don't want to miss it. Yes, of course. Of course, because remember, I, as part of my human design strategy, have to be inspired. And then I have to tell people what the heck I'm about to do so they're not blown away by my wild and crazy antics. And then I have to wait for the sign that says, you should go live on Saturday and Sunday. And then I do it, right? So yes, of course. Let's see what happens. You guys, it's 10:03. I'm very proud of myself. I was live today at 9 a.m. just as I told you I would. Think about your non-negotiables and don't overwhelm yourself. It's not worth it. Because if you give yourself, this is what happens. Everyone gets so gung-ho and they're like, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this. And then all of a sudden you're so pressured by these things that you've decided are non-negotiables that you don't do any of them. Pick one. I'm not asking you to pick 100. Pick one. You're going to go on YouTube, you're going to see people that, these are my 20 non-negotiables, these are my 10 non-negotiables. Maybe eventually you get to that. Maybe you don't ever label them as non-negotiables. I don't label my spirulina drink as a non-negotiable, but every single day I drink this drink. So like, okay. I could say this is one. I could even say, hey, I drink a cup of coffee every day. That's a non-negotiable, right? Is it helping me or hindering me? I don't know, but I do it. I like it. Pick one. I do have to pick one. I haven't added any to my list lately, and I do want to pick one. And I'm really trying to decide what that one is. And then when I get good at it, I could add another. It's called habit stacking. So you don't just like decide you're going to change your whole life in one big whirl, and then you're like, oh, now I hate myself because I missed the gym, but I told myself I was going to go to the gym, and now I'm lying to myself and I'm standing out of my integrity, which means I'm jacking up my energy, which means I'm weakening my manifesting power. Let's not do that. We don't have to. But I do also recommend that you get outside of your comfort zone if you've been living in it for quite some time, and pick a non-negotiable that will help you do that. Maybe your non-negotiable is that you post every single day on TikTok. Maybe you've been posting just photos and now you want to post a video once a week or twice a week because you want to get good at posting videos. Maybe you're really good at posting videos, but you're scared to go live. And so you say, okay, I'm going to push myself out of my comfort zone, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to go live. But I'm only going to do it for 10 minutes and I'm just going to see how it goes. And even if nobody comes into my room, I'm still going to do it. It's okay. DTM, that's so sweet. That is so sweet. Thank you for the finger hearts and the sweet words. All right, you guys, let's get on the energetic wave. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you had a nice week. It's already Friday. For those of you that are inside of the Cosmic Collective, I did ask you to go tell me something good about your week inside of the general kind of text channel. So please go do that, because we have to remind ourselves what's good, what happened that was good, so that way we keep creating more good, right? More good. Not to be confused with better. All right, let's get on the energetic wave. If you are new here, let's see who's chatting with me in the chat. Is it Arco Show? Hello, Arco Show. I feel conflicted by how, from my resolute commitment to perpetual exploration, I've received undefined destination. I'm truly grateful, but it's like to suffer is to perpetuate my will. Wow, that is quite an explanation, my friend. Okay. Well, perpetual exploration is going to likely bring undefined destination, because if you're always exploring, then wouldn't you always be finding something new? And is it suffering? If you're always exploring, then can't you just assume that you're always going to have something that's undefined, a new destination? And so it's not really suffering, it's exactly what you're doing, which is exploring. Think about like the explorers. I don't want to use like any like traditional historical explorers, because I just feel like maybe we're being gaslit a little bit by the books. But say there was like an explorer back in the day and then they found a certain land. They wouldn't be like, oh yes, I expected to arrive at this destination. They would say, oh, look, I stumbled upon this place, right? All right. I hope that helps. Let's get on the energetic wave. Let's get wavy, you guys. This is going to help you if you're new here. Guys, the squeaky chair, I cannot. It drives me nuts. By Monday, well, let's just, depending on the shipping, by this weekend I will have bought a new chair. Let's see about shipping, but hopefully by Monday I have a new one, because geez Louise. What we're going to do here at this moment is called the energetic wave, and I'm going to, through a series of breath work, affirmations, and a little bit of manifesting together, I'm going to help you get onto a high vibrational frequency, into a high vibrational frequency. I can't speak. I'm going to help you, wow, get into a high vibrational frequency. I just glitched, I swear. All right. Close your eyes if you can. Feet flat on the ground if you can. Maybe you want to put your hands on your heart. And take a deep breath in through your nose, belly nice and full. Sighing it out of your mouth. We're resetting our energy. It's a reset breath, breathing in through the nose. Letting it go. Deep breath in through the nose one more time. Letting it go. And now perhaps you're thinking of that thing that you've just written down about manifesting. Perhaps you're deciding on a non-negotiable and you're deciding to trust that your consistency will pay off. If you decide to do something, you guys, by the way, really quickly, if you decide to do something and you don't actually believe your consistent effort is going to bring you any reward, then you might as well just stop doing it, because that is so contradictory from your belief and your actions that in fact you will not receive any reward. So now you're doing something and you're doing something and you're doing something, but really you don't believe that you doing it consistently is going to bring you anything. So in fact you will receive nothing, unfortunately. So get right in the belief first. Watch every single video you have to around consistency to get right in the belief, and then go do whatever it is you plan on being consistent at. But don't start doing it if you struggle with the belief that if you're consistent, you will win. Because if you believe if you're consistent, it might work or maybe not, then it's likely gonna give you kind of crap results, okay? All right, so repeating out loud if you can, saying this with conviction from your gut, with intention and love from your heart. Out loud if you can, and only silently if you must. We know at this point from an energetic perspective that the words we speak have so much power. So we use our words very intentionally to help create our reality. I am strong. Excuse me, I am strong. Wow. And I can do this. Smiling big and showing me your teethers. You're happy, you're manifesting, creating your best reality. If you're new here, my little doggy has a permanent underbite. She's always smiling at people, showing us her teethers. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. I am strong and I can do this. Smiling big, you're happy, you're manifesting, show me your teethers. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. And now that thing you're manifesting, perhaps that non-negotiable you're bringing into your life, perhaps that limiting belief around your consistency that you're changing, tap into that energy. And you're breathing in and pulling this idea, this vision, this feeling, this thought, this imaginative vision up the chakra system, up the back of the spine, giving it out of the crown to God, Source, Universe, Creator to understand and experience, so God, Source, Universe, Creator, whatever you want to call it, can help co-create. And on the exhale, you bring this idea, this vision, this thought, this feeling down, down, down the chakra system, the back of the spine, where you cement it into the root chakra in a clockwise fashion into the present moment if you are somebody who works with your energy. Good. Deep breath in one more time, pulling this vision, this idea, this thought, this feeling up the chakra system, giving it out of the crown to God, Source, Universe, Creator. And on the exhale, you're bringing it down, down, down the chakra system, where you are cementing it into the root chakra in a clockwise fashion at the base of the spine. I am strong and I can do this. Smiling big, showing me your teethers. You're happy that you know this information and you know how to use it to create your reality. That is something to smile about, because a lot of people are still flopping around like humans on this earth without realizing how powerful they are. I freaking did it. Why? Because I knew I could do it. You are on the energetic wave, my friends. I hope you have an amazing weekend. VIP Double Ds, you made it just in time for the energetic wave. I hope you have an amazing weekend, you guys. Today's the 20th. Soon I will be posting, I would say around the 26th or so, I'll be posting channel messages for all the zodiac signs. After that, horoscopes for all the zodiac signs. If you're interested in entering my vortex, you can spend your day-to-day time with me inside of the Cosmic Collective. You get access to the Discord channel. You get spiritual lessons once a month from me. You get 2 spiritual Q&As where we're live on Zoom together and you can ask me questions around your life, where you might feel stuck, where you have a limiting belief that's holding you back, where whatever. And we do group energy healings inside of there. If you're interested in manifesting with me, we manifest twice together each month with the new moon and the full moon energy. It is only $11 a month to join. $11, it's a subscription. Once you're in, unless you cancel. We are manifesting a bonus session in December because there are 2 new moons in December. So December 30th, there's a new moon happening and we are manifesting together live on Zoom at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's an 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time session and a 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time session each month. So hopefully you can manage your schedule and at least come to one of them. If you want your energy read by me through your astrology natal birth chart, you might as well go check out my astrology reports. There are 4 to choose from at this point: a money report, a your soul's purpose report, a full-on analysis of your entire birth chart, and an inconsistency report called Wake Up and Win. So you can actually find your discipline in this lifetime, so you can actually find your consistency and create your reality. And I offer some private sessions if you're interested in that, and some healing courses as well. If you want to become an energy healer, if you have that in your heart, if you're ready to become a Reiki master and truly help people either through distant healing like I do or in-person healing like some other people do, some Reiki masters do, then please join the Reiki Master Energy Healing Certification course. You're going to save $111 if you join before December 31st. On January 1st, the price does increase to $333, and that's where it will stay for that certification. And to receive your attunement from me, a high vibrational, creative, spiritual being of the universe. DTM, have a great weekend. Thank you for the compliments. Thanks for being here. Thank you to my YouTube viewers for watching. VIP Deborah said, hey, thank you for the follow. You guys are chatting in Discord. I love that. Have a great weekend, VIP Deborah. Thank you, Yafa Empress, VIP Yafa Empress, for the heart. See you inside the Discord. On the wave and gonna stay strong. Go on, Mel L. You guys, I'll see you guys. Discord friends, I'll see you inside Discord. And everybody else, I will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Goodbye to my YouTubers.